Hey everybody, welcome back to the Teenaging Podcast. My name is Nikki and I'm joined today by
Rihanna.
and
Sarah.
guys, every time we say this, like you can cut this out, but I always close my eyes to compose myself. Like I can't say the intro with my eyes open. Like,
What? Okay.
Anyway, so sorry, you can go.
Have you guys ever watched movies and thought to yourself, why isn't my life like this? Like, you look at it and you're like, all I do is like, I do homework, I go to school, and then sometimes I meet up with my friends and more. And you're just like, why isn't my life like this girl on TV? Okay, she's going to movies. Okay, she's about to become a pop star. Okay, she has parties to go to,
Just
and
frat
all
parties.
I'm doing, I'm just writing an essay at home. What is this?
Yeah, I feel like movies really like portray I don't know if it's unrealistic. I think our lives are just boring. I don't know. But like they portray this very not like glamorous life of being a teenager. And I want that every single day. Like they go to these parties, girls have like, oh, I'm ready for prom queen, whatever, you know.
We don't even have a prom in Australia.
They have a homecoming. Like we have one farewell that we have to pay for, right?
Yeah.
It's kind of sad. It's okay. Like,
And like your parents come with you for the dinner. And
wait,
then,
they
like,
do?
so for the party, right, when you graduate, right, your parents come with you for the dinner.
No.
Yeah.
Why? Why?
Oh my
That's so
god.
sad. I don't think that happens at our school though. Like, okay, you know what? Like, that's fine. But I just want to enjoy. I just want to have a little bit of independence where I go to parties like every other girl in the movies.
Nikki,
see, like,
first you have to get invited to one.
oh, that's gonna be a bit hard. I don't know, man. I'm not that popular. I'm really not.
I think what at least at like your school, it was that thing where I don't think anybody was inherently popular, or at least I didn't notice it. Like I never saw it as like, oh, everybody knows about Bianca. By the way, I don't know a Bianca, but I felt like everybody just kind of had their own groups and did their own thing. But like there was certain groups that you knew that they were having more fun than your group. Like you just knew.
Right? But you know, it hurts the most when you realize you're like super unpopular when like someone, okay, let's say you're paired up with a person in class or something and it's like who, or like you know when you ask to hand out a note or something
Oh
and they're
yeah.
like who's that? I'm like, we've been in the same class for 3 years. How do you not know me? But yeah, I think though, like they have their own cliques and stuff like that, but it's not so apparent. And you
Yeah.
just know like they're having fun because you see it on their stories and you feel like you're missing out. Like I saw some kids from our school the other day, just like even though we're in quarantine, they're still like going out. I know it's bad, like they're, s- they're still with their friends, playing sport or whatever. It's just like two of them, I think, maybe three, maybe four. I don't know, but they were
Whoa. Okay,
having fun.
we don't support this message.
I know, but it's just this feeling like, am I missing out on something?
Yeah,
You
I
know?
mean, you know, even when we watch like movies as like a group, like I always think to myself, like these characters, like they find out who they are and like they have these memories that they can take with them into, you know, adulthood, and they're
Mm.
all very much like things that like I feel like I'll never be able to experience, and they're so, how do I put it? It's like very picturesque. Like you look at
Yeah.
it and you're just like, wow, like this is something that someone should be proud of as a memory. And I feel
Mm.
like all I've got is like that time we went to Hungry Jack's and Rihanna started singing. Like that's all I have. Okay, that's not the only thing I got to remember from my teenage years.
And like I see like people posting on like Instagram and TikTok like, oh, I remember when me and my friends were out and it felt like a coming of age experience. I'm like,
Yeah.
I've never had that feeling
Right.
with my friend group. Like what are they doing different that we have to do to
It's like
achieve
it's
that
not
momentum?
even that like you have a problem with like the group. It's like you want to experience things with your friends. You know what I mean? Like like I know that whenever we watch those movies and like something cute will happen or something fun will happen, we'll be like, oh, we're like, oh my god, that's blah, blah, blah. And like you think to yourself, like, so you put yourself like when you're watching those movies, you think like, oh, what would I do if I was in that situation, and like how
Yeah.
would my life be if I had those opportunities? Like recently, that show Never Have I Ever came out, and
What?
all I can think about is like, what? Like, imagine the life, the story you would have to tell people if your life was like that. Like, did you see Ben's house? What the hell? What the hell is that?
Yeah,
That's an
like
entire supermarket.
yeah, American movies, especially. Oh, I don't know if it's like realistic in American schools, but they're so fun. They look so fun and glamorized, and they have everything. It feels like they have everything. They have the football games. They have
Yeah.
like cheerleading and stuff, and then oh, it's sad. Like I don't
Nikki
know.
acting like she would be a cheerleader if she went to American high school.
I would. I think I would
Okay,
try.
1, 2,
I think I'd get bullied if I was
3.
part of it. I think I would get bullied.
I'm
But yeah, I saw a TikTok and it was like they were practicing their football game, and it's literally out of an American movie. Like the guy like the football players with the big
Mhm.
shoulder pads, and then the cheerleadings, and like you can see them practicing in the background. You can see a crowd in the background, and like wow, like this is where I want to go to. I saw the comments though. They said not all American schools are like that, but still, it's like I feel
There's
just
something out there that is like that.
yeah, it's
Mm.
sad. Yeah.
It's like because
Oh.
when you watch those movies, like all of them, that's how teenage life is portrayed. Whether you're the loser or the most popular kid, your school,
Mm.
there's always opportunities to do something. Like you always have that option. But then in
Mm.
reality, like for us and where we are, it feels like we don't even have the option to make those opportunities.
Exactly. Yeah, like okay, yeah, okay. As shitty as the show Never Have I Ever is, whatever, it still makes me feel like I'm missing out on something. Like this girl, she still does stuff. Like she has a life. Okay,
And
it
she's a
was
straight A
done.
student, okay? She's
Yeah,
killing it.
yeah. So I feel like you know what, you can still balance grades and still have a life, but for me, that's not an option.
And especially because in movies they always show like the parents being so lenient on their kids going out like every 5 seconds. Like
Mm.
I could go out on a Saturday and wouldn't be able to go for the next 2 months because I don't want to be like overstepping.
Yeah.
Same.
So
No, you got cards to play, and you have to be careful when you play them.
exactly.
Yeah. And you know what? In shows like Sex Education, okay, I know
Oh
pretty
my god, here you go.
unrealistic, but they just even that they're like okay, the guy is kind of a loser, okay, but still, he has a life. He has a sex clinic. He has a sex clinic. I want a sex clinic. I can give sex advice. He's a virgin. I'm a virgin. I can do that. I watch shows. I can give out those advice. I just want
Oh my god.
something. I just
Yeah,
want
it's
something.
that thing again. Like to reiterate, it's like even if they're the loser, the most popular person, the smartest person, they always have the opportunity to live out their life. And
Mm.
for us, it feels like we're on this kind of like railroad where we live this very mundane life. It's like, yeah, we have birthday parties and we have parties, but they're not like the ones you see on film.
Yeah.
And,
Mm.
like you go to school, but it's not exactly like what you see on film either. It's not like this crazy drama. It's just somebody who's like, I don't like her hair. How it's dyed, it's disgusting. And it's like, it's not how it is in movies, and it makes you feel like you're missing out on something. You're like, is somebody else living that life? And like, we were talking about TikTok like last episode as well. And even though I don't have it, like I'll see it on Instagram, like reposted and stuff. And like these like teenagers will be like going out with my friends, like barbecue, evening,
Oh.
blah blah blah. And it's like I just want those memories so bad. I don't want to look back on my teenage years and feel like I wasted them. And
Mm.
you know what I mean?
Yeah, right. And like I see posts about like 3 a.m. runs, and like they sneak out and they're like,
Ugh.
it's just wow. And then don't get me started on like the very glamorized dating portrayal as well. Like okay, I'm gonna reference sex education again, where one of the guys, his name is Jackson, and he sung to May, which is the main
Yeah.
girl, and he would get up on a table. He has a choir behind him. And like
Aw.
he has access to the PA system, so he's like, everybody, if you're cool or whatever, go in the cafeteria. Blah, 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 blah. And everyone's like, oh my god, it's Jackson, you know. Anyway, back to what Rihanna was saying about like strict parents. I feel like that's such a major factor in how our lives go nowadays because like if I go today, I can't go tomorrow. It's like if you have fun yesterday, you can't have fun today.
If
Whatever.
you're sick and you laugh, that means you're not sick anymore.
Yeah, exactly. Once when I was sick, I went on my phone or like I think I was like watching a show and then my mom's like, "Oh, so you're not sick anymore? So you're ready to study? So go to school then." I was like, "Mom, please." Like I just yeah, and it's okay for my parents at least. I have to go at like I can't obviously go too far, and I have a certain like radius I have to, around my house. You
I
know.
think we only go to our local shopping center. That's like literally the amount of times we have been to like one of the shopping center near our house is unbelievable. Like, we don't go anywhere else.
And we do the same thing. We go maybe watch a movie, get food, go to like a store. That's
Every
it.
time.
It's like the
And you
same
know,
time.
we don't experience anything else, and we always talk about how we're gonna do other things, and then we just never do because it's like trying to convince all of our parents at the same time to allow us to leave more than like a 5-kilometer radius is so hard.
Yeah. Does it make us good liars though? Like I feel like strictest parents raise the best liars.
Yeah. I've
I
gotten
think
away with so many
You know,
things.
yeah, you know
same.
that. You remember that one Five Sauce song like 6 years ago? It was like "Good girls and bad girls that haven't been caught." I was like, lol.
Ah, ha, 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 ha. Oh, I just got that joke. I'm sorry. Uh,
Oh, and like you know when you see like those shows and it'll be like that crazy relationship that you hide from your parents. Like, oh my god, it's meant to be these star-crossed lovers, and it's just like this perfect boy, like this absolutely perfect boy, and you're like, this doesn't exist in real life. I'm so sorry. Okay, like I like I've been across the world and I have yet to see somebody like that. Like the closest I'm gonna get is if I marry Nikki. Like what?
oh, you know, like from the boys to all the boys we loved before, like it's you know like the underdog girl or just like the unpopular girl and the really popular jock fall in love with her. Like that's a trope that's always been present in every movie. Not yeah, almost every movie, right? And and like it's just like why can't that be me? You
Why
know,
can't we have a middle ground queen? Okay. I need me a middle ground queen, okay? She's a normal person going through life.
I know. And like school doesn't seem like that big of a deal to them, you know?
I
Like I have
know.
my AP exam next week. Okay, okay, you know what? On my blog, the one time I saw school in any like relevance with Caesar was like, oh, I have an AP chemistry exam today, and then his brother Spooky's like, no, let's go kill some people, and I'm like, what? Like, you know, like school is not a thing.
I genuinely asked myself, like, how did they get past multiple grades? Like, it really made no sense. Half the time, Jamal was digging shit up. Like, when was he doing his assignments? I was so confused. And Ruby was known as, like, the smart kid, but did you ever see him do his work? No.
Right, and it's always the excuse is always like, "Oh, sorry, I have homework or whatever," and it's you never see them do it. You never see them do it. You never see them do it. It's crazy.
Oh, and also, okay, Never Have I Ever. I know that Nikki hates it. Nikki actually hates Never Have I Ever. Like, I think that the show has definitely some cringy moments, but like, I'm just happy to see some representation. Honestly, like, I feel like Rihanna can relate. Like, to see our culture not be like the butt of a joke, but more like just like a part of her life and something that she's like continuously battling with was just like
Yeah.
it was nice to see that, right? But
Mm,
even when I was watching that show, and you know how Debbie's like she's supposed to be like super smart and she's always competing with Ben.
mm.
Mm-hmm.
Like I can't recall a moment where I saw her like you know what? There was like that one moment she did math homework and I was like, wow, Yes, she's doing some work, but then she literally leaves and goes to a party. And I'm just like, I want to know when these characters find time to like do work, but also like throw these extravagant parties and like go out and do all these crazy things. Like, I want to know where the realism is. She goes to all these parties, and like you see this in every single like show and movie about teens. It's like they have these like lives and like they have all these issues, but like that's the only front and center. And I understand like that's much more interesting than watching someone do homework for an hour, but like they don't address it at all. Like On My Block is such like a huge show right now, and like you don't see them address their education. Like maybe at the minimum, like what's the girl's name? I can't
Monse?
remember. Monse, like she goes to that school for writing.
Oh
Yeah, but like
yeah.
I've never seen her write. Like,
You're right. What the
like
hell?
girl, like we keep being told that she's great at writing, but I have never seen her write. We didn't even get, you know how like sometimes shows do that thing where like they'll show off somebody's like really great like writing skills by like them doing a voice overlap about like life and its meaning. She didn't even do one of those. How are we supposed to know?
I think another reason for for why our lives are so like uneventful compared to movies at least is the fact that it's just like where we live, to be honest, because um we live like in a very similar location, well, in the same location basically, and it's very like far away from anything fun. So we don't live in like this like the city, so there's never
Mm-hmm.
anything like super fun, and there's no like facilities or yeah, like it's very hard to find something local that we can go to and it's fun because we only have like a local mall which has like a grocery store. Like, what are we going to do there? And then we have a park, like we have a few parks. We have a dry bridge. We have no water in it. We have like unused barbecues.
We're like able to catch and buses to places, but it's just an inconvenience because some of our friends might not be able to go that far, or
Mm.
we don't really know how to like what buses
Yeah,
to
I just
specifically
want to go to the
catch.
beach, like with y'all. And
Oh
it's
my
like
god, the beach is so far.
to plan something like that, especially for our friend group. Okay, half of us are immigrants. It's just like, how is that gonna work out?
I know. And like along with strict parents as well, it's just really hard to plan anything far away wherever like yeah, so okay, if we want to go somewhere really fun, it's gonna be far. Like you see,
Yeah.
even like simple thing as a beach, that's really far. And Sydney is known for its beaches, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah, we literally live in Sydney and we don't go to beaches together. I don't think I've ever been to a beach with you.
no, we haven't.
I have known Rihanna for most of my life and I've never been to a beach with her. And I
Never
live in
been.
Sydney.
And
We will
we
one
haven't
day.
even
We will.
felt sand together at this point. Like,
Oh my
I
god!
mean, wait, what
I'm
about this
realizing how
kindergarten?
sad this is.
What about this kindergarten play sand thing?
No,
not
our primary
together.
school did not have sand things.
Whoa, that's crazy.
Yeah, but we had like this equipment set, right? And it was like so prized. And like, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. And I feel like okay, so my sister told me about her description of her childhood and it seems so fun. Like it's so fun because she grew up in Vietnam and she lived on the countryside and it's just you know how I'm sure like in like okay, I know we're really grateful to have everything here, but in third world countries everything is just so local. We have
Hmm.
markets like right in front of your house, people walk by. It's just such a community and like your best friends or just your friends in general live just right next door. You go to a
Hmm.
very near school and then I guess I'm pretty sure back then you probably have a bit more independence because I don't know, like you know that country more. I guess like our parents are more familiar with that place, so like would go to places after school and then like
Well, that
you
would
know.
not be safe in Bangladesh.
well,
You
my
might get
siblings.
kidnapped.
Oh yeah, for sure. But like my sister, I mean, my siblings in general told me like they did a lot of that
Hmm.
after school and they went to places with their friends and it just seems so fun and I feel like I'm missing out because I spent literally my primary school days like playing Minecraft 24/7. It's sad, but it's true.
Oh no, I loved primary school.
You know, primary school is okay, but
I, 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 j- I know everybody thinks it's like it's okay. And then like for me, it's like literally like I loved it so much. Like I literally cannot explain how much I loved primary school. Like I would wake up like so happy to go to school. Like literally every day was a joy, and I did not have that anymore.
Really? Wow.
School is so much stress now, but like primary school was lit. I loved primary school. Like Rihanna, do you remember when we were in that dance group?
Oh my god, our confidence back then, Sarah. We were
I
in
know,
we were
right?
in dance group and choir.
I know. And like, do you remember we literally like the outfits we'd have to wear for dance groups? Like, oh my gosh,
Oh
our
my
confidence
god.
was like literally skyrocketing. I can't even walk out in jeans anymore. And look, the person I was back then, I'm proud of her.
Oh. Yeah, one of our students at our school is planning like a big party at the end of the year. Like it's like a year 10 formal, right? Which is equivalent to homecoming. But I don't think it's happening anymore, and I'm really sad. Like that was the one thing I look forward to that was any close to these movies and like
Yeah,
Well,
I don't
I
even go
know.
to your school, and I was like, please, someone take me as their +1, please. Like, please, I once went to that school. I
dude,
can technically pass.
and it was actually going to be somewhat like realistic to the movies. I mean, what am I talking about? Like portraying like the movies. Like someone said they're gonna bring alcohol. Okay, I know we're not gonna drink, but it's just the vibe, you know? It's like the vibe.
No, I am a responsible girl. I would never do that. We do not support.
Don't drink. Don't drink. If you're under 18, don't drink. Just don't do it. Just don't do it.
No, but seriously, when you guys told me about that idea at school, I got excited. Like I was like, wow, that's like seriously something to remember. And I literally started. I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna be a basic girl and buy my Polaroid camera so I can take photos.
You know what? Like while we wish all of this is happening, and I know a lot of people are saying like, oh, I can't wait until I'm 18 or etc. Until like I'm 20, I'm 25 to be able to drive, to drink, to go to the club or whatever, and do all this stuff. Really value and take like I know like you get told this so often by adults, but really like don't waste your childhood and actually treasure the last few years that you have as being a child because
Mhm.
like it's sad to okay I think if I was an adult I would really like think it's quite sad that kids are in such a rush to grow up even though because I guess like everything that adults do are very like it seems really fun and stuff but
But
um
behind that, this responsibility.
yeah so many responsibilities and like paying taxes and
This
whatever.
is this is like our prime time to live. This is the moments that you're gonna remember when you're older and you have a job, when you have bills to pay. You're gonna remember the time where like your biggest responsibility was to hand in an essay. So taking those moments where you have an opportunity to create a memory that you're gonna remember for the rest of your life, and you can look back on and be like, yeah, that was a good part of my childhood.
And I like ways we can do that is just making like a simple bucket list or something like that.
Mhm.
Making plans for yourself once this is over. At least I don't know. Rihanna, what's your advice for people who are like, I guess, um, in such a rush to grow up and want to get their teenage lives over with so they can have fun or whatever? Because I don't think that is a healthy mindset to have. Like
Yeah,
viewing
it's
your teenage years as, I guess, what do you call it? Like an
like a
intermission
chapter that you
almost?
just want to skip.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I think for me, as much as I would love to experience adult things, um,
Ooh, I don't think. Sorry.
I
Sorry.
think the teenaging period of our lives is very important because it's like the time to, make friends. It's the time to work on yourself to make sure you're prepared when you have to grow up. It's a time to learn things, make mistakes, just grow as a person.
Hmm. Yes. Yes, very well said. Make mistakes. It's okay. Like during this time you can get away with making mistakes.
Yeah,
Like
exactly.
you can't like it's very like if you do something illegal, like the restriction. Okay, not okay.
Oh my
Cut that
god.
out.
Okay, we're not talking about that big of mistakes. We're talking about like
Like
Okay,
okay, in the
so
Okay.
What
Any
have we learned
consequence.
today? Nikki really just wants to break the law. Like, that's it.
You know what? Maybe. Okay, cut that out. Anyway,
Thank you so much for listening to this episode. Please wish Nikki some luck in her life. Obviously, she's going down the wrong path. We'll see you guys next episode. Please follow our YouTube, The Teenaging Podcast, our Instagram, The Teenaging Podcast, our Twitter, The Teenaging Pod. What else,
We
ladies?
also have a
Anonymous
Facebook
page.
now. We have
Oh.
a Facebook now.
We have a Facebook now. We have a TikTok.
okay. Okay, I guess that's bye. Bye.
Bye, y'all.
Do something illegal.
No, don't do that.